Think back on your life. Try to remember a few times where you heard a song that blew you away when you least expected it. Maybe it just randomly came on the radio, but it knocked you out. This week, we dropped the needle on 3 songs that unexpectedly knocked you out on first listen. Hey music junkies, Professor of Rock here with our latest 3 songs where we talk about 3 distinct songs that have had some kind of an impact on us. Now my 3 are going to be different than your 3 and vice versa, but that's why we share and go back and forth so that we can share personal soundtracks while at the same time sharing some of our personal history. So in the comments section, definitely hit us about that. So this week I want to tell you about 3 songs that I randomly heard that unexpectedly just knocked me out. Now, I'm not talking about like when I heard Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit or the Beatles A Day in the Life, because for me, those weren't really unexpected. I knew from other people that I should probably just listen to that, or I'd heard something about it before that. I'm talking about when you're listening to the radio or you're in a record store and a song comes on that you didn't expect, you had no preconceived notions about, and from the music alone, it just knocked you out. There are no guilty pleasures on this one. I don't believe in those anyway. We like what we like. So here we go. Number 3, Don't You Want Me by the Human League.
Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me? Oh.
So let me set the stage. I was 5 years old, swimming in the kiddie pool at Lava Hot Springs in Idaho, when this classic new wave wonderkind came on the loudspeaker. It was like scorched earth, because before that, music was like Disney tunes and nursery rhymes. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. When you're 5 years old, there's nothing better than the swimming pool. But after hearing the song, I couldn't have cared less about anything except figuring out how I could hear that particular song one more time. My obsession with pop music was born right there, no question. Number 2, Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen. I think I saw this on MTV for the first time. Actually, I think it was Friday Night Videos, because I didn't have MTV till about '87. I grew up in a small town in Idaho, and so cable was hard to come by. But I gotta tell you, when I first saw Bruce in his headband, in the leather jacket with his sleeveless jean jacket, over the top of it, with his bandana around his neck and his classic Fender Telecaster strapped around his shoulder, screaming into the microphone, my life was changed in a second. When I heard Mighty Max Weinberg's shotgun snare beat and the patriotic synth underneath Bruce's raw and raspy and soulful voice full of conviction and boldness, there was no dispute who the boss was, and still is. I mean, it's at that moment that I realized that I had hair on my neck, because it was standing straight up. And even though it seemed like a patriotic song because he was throwing out the word USA all the time, and of course the '84 election, Reagan and Mondale was going on, in that moment though, I felt in my heart that there was something more to this, and that's when I probably started reading the lyrics for the first time. What Bruce was expressing in that song, it just, it freed my mind in a way that I could never fully express. It was like my get out of jail free card. I busted out of prison and I've never been the same since. Now, I actually had a chance to talk to Stevie Van Zandt over the phone about this song, about recording it. Here's what he said about that. I've been waiting 35 years to ask you about the moment that you recorded Born in the USA at the power station. Tell me about that moment when that came together.
We talked about, Born USA, how to approach it, and we decided, let's not over-rehearse it. And, go through it one time, make the arrangement changes, and then let's just do it. I mean, it was all very spontaneous, we took it to the extreme. If he wanted to sing something again, we played it again. There was no overdub, none, which was just, a silly thing to do, to be honest, but it was just, we just wanted to see if we could do it. Wasn't anything special at the time. It was just one of the many songs that we were just grinding through really quickly, You have to just keep improving the craft, and the more you improve it, the more likely you are to have a hit.
Number 1, Vision of Love by Mariah Carey.
You treat me kind, sweet destiny.
Now, when this song came out, and it came on the radio, everything in me told me I need to change the station. I mean, everything told me not to listen. I didn't want to hear it because I was in, my new wave phase and I thought I was too cool for school. But, there's a reason why Mariah Carey has had more #1 hits than any artist or group outside of the Beatles. This was her first. When I heard her range and her unparalleled talent and mesmerizing tone, it blew me away. I hadn't heard anything like that since Whitney Houston, and she started to give her a run for her money. You just had to know that nobody was more confident than Columbia Records president Donnie Ienner when he signed her and went to the masses with Vision of Love. Because it was, and still is, undeniable. One of the greatest debut songs from a superstar that really told the world that there was so much more to come. I mean, look, Mariah Carey's first 3 or 4 albums, they all have undeniable pop ditties on them that we still hear on the radio, so that's cool. Well, I've shown you mine, now show me yours. Hit the comments section below. Let me know what your songs are. What 3 songs unexpectedly just knocked you out the moment that you heard them? Also, please subscribe. Help us build this community. Help us keep the music alive. And until next time, 3 chords and the truth, my brothers and sisters.